Hey, Johnny, good to see you. We are starting our walk tonight. We're going to head down to the really busy 18th Street in Adams Morgan, where all the cool spots are. But we're starting a few blocks over because there is some interesting architecture to take a look at. This kind of combined grocery store and CrossFit place here, where you see Harris Teeter. This had to be a theater back in the day. And it's just the retro architecture, the glass block around the door and on that second story there. And then you can just kind of see the remnants of a marquee and an entrance on the right hand side down there. So I wanted to start off in this neighborhood because there are a few architectural gems to appreciate here. And then by the time we get down to 18th Street, the lights might be on in the heart of Adams Morgan in Northwest Washington, D.C. And we might get a little bit of a beautiful sunset here today. So this is the corner of Calorama and 17th Street Northwest. And we'll take just a small little jaunt through a residential part, and then we'll hit all the shops and restaurants and bars in this really vibrant part of Washington, D.C. It is definitely starting to feel like October here, which is a good thing. The weather's been so odd here. It just was a very warm beginning to fall. And now it is starting to feel crisp and chilly like fall should feel. Always construction in Washington, D.C. Always a sidewalk torn up whoa, and a speed bump. Always a sidewalk torn up. But that's okay. We're heading toward 18th Street and the absolute heart of all the fun in Adams Morgan here in Washington, D.C. This is where all the hipsters live around here. This is hipster paradise in this area. There is also, and there are murals everywhere. So I don't know who this guy was. Harv? Not sure. Doesn't say who this person is or was. There are murals everywhere, along with organic cleaners, if you need that sort of thing. Oh, here's my favorite firebox. You know how I venture to visit all of the restored police and fire call boxes? This one is unique. So you know how in some parts of DC they're blue, like this one here, and in some parts of DC they're red or orange or black. But there's one that is gold and has some bling in it. Look at this. Is it really bad with ice? No, stop with the bad with the ice. No, it's not. Don't believe what you see on television. It's beautiful here. Also, please don't believe, people believe that the White House is being demolished or something. That is not true. We were just there a few nights ago. So check out my videos. Just one part of an extension building off the side of the White House is being renovated. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Appreciate that. But this call box is gold with the blingy disco effect there. And there's always a plant in there. Over the summer, there was a cactus. And one of the neighbors here, I actually saw her come out and water the plant. So the neighbors take care of this restored fire call box. And this is definitely, look how blingy that is. Okay, I need to stay out of the picture. Don't catch myself in the reflection there. This is absolutely a unique restored fire call box. You won't find any others like this. And this one is at the corner of, it's the southwest corner of Ontario and Kalorama Road in Northwest Washington, D.C. It is so cool that these have become little mini, art exhibits throughout the city here, really, in different parts of the city. Hi, Rock Fan. Great to see you. Thanks to everyone joining tonight. We're going to get to see some lights on tonight, I think. I think we're going to see some, maybe it's a little too early, not sure. But I think we're going to see some busy restaurant and pub action. And here on 18th Street, they've kept a lot of the outdoor seating that was required during COVID. So I'll call it a pedestrian friendly area. Some folks think it's not because of the traffic. We'll call it pedestrian friendly. Over the next block. Hello, Carla. Nice to see you. But as we walk over to 18th Street and the busy Adams Morgan corridor, we are going to get a treat with some beautiful late 1800s architecture that we can admire throughout the city. I like painted brick. I do. And this olive color, which you tend not to see in I hate to say like in the more expensive areas, but I like it. I think there should be more olive colored brick. Now that is so dangerous, this kid on the handlebars. Like, come on, people. Like I said, this is where the hipsters live. So we will we'll do the whole 18th Street. We'll go south and then we'll cross the street and we'll come back north to check out everything. Actually, I'll change that. We'll do north first. So we'll cross the street so we can get the view. Boop. They're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. If you're coming here with families, I would say Adams Morgan is not the place for families. It really is more the place where you come with your friends to have a little bit of a wild time. Washington, D.C. also has legalized certain substances. Trying to keep safe for YouTube. Certain substances have been legalized, and you'll be able to, if you bring your family here, you have to be ready to be able to smell those substances. So I don't bring my kids here. I'm getting a very strange message from YouTube saying that there's a new feature available and I can add questions for the chat. I'm not going to do that. I have no idea what that is. That just popped up. I've never had a pop up on my screen while I've been live streaming. So that was weird. So we're going to head north on 18th Street, and what we'll see, we're going to go really slowly. because we'll see some amazing restaurants and clubs and all kinds of cool spaces. But those cool spaces inhabit some amazing historic architecture. So we're going to look at the bottom floor for the cool spaces, but we're also going to take a look at the entire building so that we can admire what's been preserved. And I do not speak, I'm going to say Spanish, so I don't know what Los Molcayetes, no idea, no idea. So I'm guessing that's a Spanish or a Mexican restaurant across the way there. Hello, Wade. Yeah, I know, right? There's like a Mini Cooper right here, too. I know they're not like a big deal in Britain, but here they are considered more, they're like more luxury cars here. And I know a lot of people have them as cheap cars in Britain, but they're not cheap here. They're incredibly expensive, the Mini Coopers. Look at that one painted pink and purple. That is, I don't know what shop that is, but they are also decorated for Halloween over there. If you can see the bloody hands in the window trying to escape. We are going to see some great Halloween decorations here as well. Pitcher's Bar across the way. Death Punch, I don't know what that is. No idea. No idea. Is it boxing? Is it a fitness place? No idea. But if you can get a peek through the trees, you can see that bright red painted brick with the jet black accents. I like that building. And here's another look back at the pink and purple one. All former residences. These would have been, many of these would have been residences that were probably not originally multi-tenant, but then were eventually multi-tenant. So they may have been divided into flats. And for sure today, there are probably apartments in the top floors of these buildings. Looks a little like Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Yeah, there are plenty of places that have this kind of architecture, depending on when the city or town was built. They're going to have common architecture, the architecture that was common to those years. Hi, John. Nice to see you. Do a tattoo for the fashion. No tattoos for me. No tattoos for me. Although I've seen some beautiful tattoo art. Just not for me. Just not for me. All right. And that one, Town Tavern, next door to Death Punch. And 2 down from Moonlight, DC. Another one with that beautiful roof line there and the ornamentation right under the roof line. Really pretty. Yeah. It's the rooftop piers, really. Now this one over here, Johnny Pistola's. That design tells me that at least the bottom floor is brand new construction. And if I'm guessing correctly, maybe that was a firehouse. Check out the windows and check out the big open first floor or ground floor, whatever you all call it in Europe. I think it's the ground floor for you. You call the second floor the first floor. But just looking at those windows, this was some kind of different building. If it was originally a fire station, it was like a 1-engine fire station for sure. But really interesting art. Davey, hey! Great to see you. A pint of Guinness, please. I know, Wade, like seriously? Yes. Yes and yes. That looks like a fancy restaurant, though. That one looks a little on the fancy side. Maybe we'll check that out when I'm done walking. There's a good old DC bus with the Cylon eye going across the top there. I'm lucky we're not hearing music. That's a good thing. I was worried I'd be hearing music. Maybe we'll come back down the other side. We probably will hear music. But there's another call box that looks like it might have been, it certainly is restored. It has this characteristic green color of the DuPont Circle area. DuPont Circle is just south of here, probably about a 10-minute walk south of here. But this is the color in this area. I'm finding lots of these call boxes tonight. That's pretty awesome. Hey, Daryl. Daryl! Oh, yeah, rock fan. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember the evening. Um, but there was an evening, probably in August, not too long ago, where I streamed at like 8:30 at night. It was dark, dark. Maybe it was 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I've also been at the Capitol in the winter. So yes, lots of Capitol, lots of White House, lots of monuments and memorials. So it's great to have you, rock fan. Check out all my prior live streams. Now, I'm really bad at putting up thumbnails. Sadly, I do try to make sure the descriptions are correct. But if you're whizzing through the thumbnails, I think most of them from the Capitol do have a Capitol shot on the thumbnail. But I have a lot of catching up to do. The problem is the weather's been so good that I haven't had time to organize any of my files. And then there's the other video that I take. So I also do real videos with a real camera. And I have so many edited videos that need to be edited, or soon to be edited videos that haven't been edited. So I'm way behind in my work there. But I'll get there someday. Someday. All right, now I'm starting to hear the music start. Jump in the street. I've done that way too many times, John. John, I've done that a lot. We're trying to be careful. We're trying to set a good example. Oh, that poor guy got a ticket. I got a parking ticket the other day. So the day I was in Monday when we did Connecticut Avenue and 19th Street, I got a ticket. I got a $30 ticket. I was 10 minutes over and they were waiting for me. They were waiting for me. So I did get a ticket. Now this here, brand new construction, Van Leeuwen's Ice Cream and Milkshakes. Oh, this is a good place. This is a really good place. This is a stop for ice cream. Hey, Zempler, I'm on 18th Street. I'm in the neighborhood of Adams Morgan in Washington, D.C. This is a absolute night spot here. Leather and lace. Night dreams. Be careful what I'm videoing here. All set for Halloween. Lots of restaurants, bars, clubs, all the fun stuff for Washington, D.C. nightlife. This is where all the hipsters live. This is Hipsterville here. All right, now I'm hearing some music, so I'm going to chat away. This is Cana. Looks like some awesome food happening here. Over here, I'm going to keep talking. And some more examples now. There are 3 in a row here, 3 in a row identical townhouses that have been lovingly preserved. Now housing Falafel Sam, mixed food and drinks, and Touche Ethiopian food. That sounds pretty cool. Oh my gosh, everything smells so good. Oh, I'm getting like garlicky, bready smell right now from one of these awesome restaurants. And then next to the Ethiopian, Korean. I mean, this is where you come if you just want to grab a tiny bite uh, of as many different kind of cuisines as you can have in one day. This is where you come in Washington, D.C. So we've got falafel next to Ethiopian, next to Korean, next to Indian. We already passed the French, the Mexican, and the Spanish, and the Italian. And there's Greek right over there. And there's another Ethiopian here. This is where you come to just taste from around the world. I know. I know. I'm I'm starving too, Johnny. But I'm going to power through. I'm going to power through. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to hey, I've got my choice here. I've got my choice here. And then we've also got Retro Bottega. We've got plenty of vegetarian options here, as you can imagine. Hey there, how you doing? This one's interesting. This toku. Okay, so now we've got, I think, Japanese over there. But look at that little tiny narrow home, former home, with that very odd, like, I don't know what that is. It's like a witch's hat over the bow area. I don't like those rounded bow designs in the townhomes. I don't know why, but that's like one design that to me is not attractive. I think you should. Hey, JC, where's the Brazilian? I bet there's Brazilian food here. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. I'm sure there's Turkish food. I'm certain there's everything here, and it's literally within a few blocks. Right? We've gone past, and there's the wine and mojito bar, the Mezze. So we've got Mediterranean, we've got the Chinese, Korean, Spanish, Italian. We started with French, Ethiopian, Indian. I'm sure there's a Thai restaurant here, but lots to see. Nothing in this little cute building over here yet. That's a really cute storefront. How is America? America is awesome. And it's awesome because it's so varied. There is so much to see. It's a big country. There's a lot to do here. And for me, I love architecture. And I could just walk the streets of Baltimore and Washington, D.C. for the rest of my life. And I would never be bored. I would have lots to do for the rest of my life here in this area. Now, this place, Grand Central, don't know what that is. Looks like a sports bar. Looks like a sports bar over there. We'll cross over and we'll come down this way. There's another good DC bus. Ooh, here's a building I like. Okay, so first we'll go over here, and you can tell that these buildings, always look at the roof line. You can tell that these 4 or 5 were built at the same time. These were probably purposely built to be an apartment building. And then this ground floor converted into shops later. So a lot of this area really developed in the early 1900s, but some of the buildings date back to the 1800s. And this is Adams Morgan in Washington, D.C. It's just a box. Yes, okay, Chris, I agree with you. And that's why I do travel in Europe as well to appreciate that kind of architecture, classical. But what I like here is that even though, yes, this is just a box, okay, this one is. But when you go down the street here, you get the variety of different influences. Even in our townhomes, right? These were places where probably working people were living, and yet still, they were designed to be attractive and to be interesting. Now, this building here, we're going to go across the street. I like this one. This one says to me like historic big bank, not a little bank, but a big bank, like a central bank. or maybe some kind of a shop.
Yeah, so I'm in the...
Money is power. It is to some extent, but is money happiness? Nah. This is, okay, I'm going to step out on here on this porch. Trist is kind of a famous coffee house, bar, lounge here. This is the place to come for really good coffee, pastries, hang out all day. Not, by the way, you'll notice not a lot of chain restaurants here. There was one, but I purposely skipped it. But these are all one-off amazing restaurants and bars here and shops. That's a really good photo. I wish I could hit the photo button for my thumbnail. This will be my thumbnail right here. I'm going to stay very still because that's a really good shot. Where's the theater? We started at the theater, Zempler, right around the corner. That's where we actually began the stream, at the historic theater, which is now a grocery store. But if you go, when you're done watching me, go all the way to the beginning and you'll see the historic theater building, probably built in the 1940s-ish. It looks kind of like a 1940s, 1950s design that was trying to emulate Art Deco. But yeah, you'll see that. These buses, it's a lot of buses. You'll see that at the very beginning of the stream. Now, probably one of the most iconic parts of Adams Morgan is Madam's Organ. This club with live music every night. This is the Adams Morgan staple, Madam's Organ. It's been here forever. And it's the place to be. You can't say that you've been to Adams Morgan unless you've visited Madam's Organ. It is a lovely day here, Chris. It is. It's about 60, probably starting to fall into the 50s now, but it's been a beautiful day. But I just do want to highlight for Trist here, kind of the lettering. It's got that 1950s feel to the lettering. Doesn't quite look like a diner, but it has just a little bit of that 1950s feel to it. We'll keep moving. Okay, and we're going to get a better look here at this building that may have been a bank. And you can see there's a rooftop. There's a rooftop club up there. Do we count this as a Main Street walk? No, we don't count this as a Main Street walk. Not today. All around Washington, D.C. If you're like me and you want to know the history, you'll get these awesome maps. So within the Adams Morgan community, you can see where we are here. And there are historical markers all around the place. To check it out. Now, I said there was a rooftop bar. The rooftop bar is Roofers Union. Rooftop open. Boop. Enter here, go up the stairs, and make your way to the rooftop before it gets too cold. Leprechaun? Oh, the leprechaun. Hang on. Okay, I'll get over there. Here we go. This is Shenanigans. Shenanigans Irish Pub. Yep, with the Open Gate Guinness Brewery sign on the door. They don't look like it says come on in, but they look kind of quiet. They don't have the second story open right now. Yeah, that looks a little quiet. It's still early. It's 6:30. It's still a little early. I can't be out too late. I'm old. Oh, okay, we're get a chopper. Where is it? There it is. There you go. That could be the Prez. All right, presidential helicopter just went over. I could hear it. I could hear it. I couldn't find where it was coming from. So that's Marine One. That was the Prez. Andy's Pizza by the Slice. There's a lot of pizza here. Oh, and Lost City Books. Okay, for those kind of people like me, you need to know where the bookstores are. This is Lost City Books here in Adams Morgan. Okay, so you know where the bookstore is now. This, we're going to need to go across the street for this. This is the mural to Alexander Ovechkin, who has now eclipsed Wayne Gretzky as scoring the most goals. Does that mean he's greater than Wayne Gretzky? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It just means he's really good and he's a Washington Capital. So that's a good thing. He's ours. Now, we are a huge here in Washington, D.C. This is one of those multi street intersections. I'll take a look back down 18th Street. What are three things that are most important to me? Oh, I don't know. It looks like the town I live in. It's not though. Hi, Robert. This is Adams Morgan in Washington, D.C. So if you live in Adams Morgan, this is the town you live in. So we're at, whoa, always got to watch the sidewalk here. We're at the big intersection of Columbia Road and 18th Street. A very busy intersection, so I'm walking very fast. And there is no light on that historic Adams Morgan sign, but we're going to go look at it anyway. And here's another fire call, but this one has not been restored. Shame. Shame that this one has not been restored. This is kind of the center. This is kind of the crossroads for the Adams Morgan community here at this big intersection. So this part of Washington, D.C., this is northwest. This is north of some of the areas that I've typically visited, like Calorama and DuPont Circle. When we look at the streets that go east to west, the letter streets, I'm usually on R.S. Street. This is TUVW. This is way past the letters up here. But this is kind of the iconic Adams Morgan signpost here. Used to be where you placed your placards. Mockle misers on it. What's a mockle miser? I don't know what that is. That's something bad. What's a mockle miser? You'll have to tell me what that is. Now, for those who know me, Davey knows me, Daryl knows me, those who know me, my favorite part of old architecture, my favorite type is the banks, the oldie banks. Now that 1801, that is not the year of this bank, that's the address of this bank. It's 1801 Columbia Road. But this is one of those fantastic finds of a historic bank that is still a bank. More common than any other architectural style, I think, in my uneducated opinion. When you have old architecture being preserved, when you're preserving an old bank, it almost always is still a bank because it has that iconic bank look. And this one that is now the Truist Bank has a super iconic bank look. And we'll take a closer look at it. So it's got that scroll work. This has a cornucopia above the door. Cornucopia symbolizing wealth, prosperity. It's got a clock. Clock's not working, so no points, no bonus points for a working clock on this one. It's got the depository. Whether this is where the historic depository was or not, don't know. Could have been in another spot around the building, but it's still there. I don't know if people still use, do they still use night depositories? I don't know, maybe they do. Most roses in this area are going through a second bloom right now. The ones in my backyard certainly are. Soluna Coffee and Barber Shop. Bake shop? Bake shop. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I saw the stripes and I got confused. Coffee and bake shop. Soluna Coffee and Bake Shop. Hello, call me Frey. Hello. Now just a few doors down, we have another bank. This also could be an historic bank. I don't know if it's as old as the one we saw, but it is a bank that is still a bank. We got a twofer on this street. We got a twofer on Columbia Road. Two banks that are still banks. That's a bonus. This is the Line. And I do believe, I don't know what it is. I think it's a venue. I think it's an event venue. I could be really wrong. Hi, Audrey. Nice to see you. I know I started pruning my trees a couple days ago and just noticed that the roses were about to bloom again, and they're blooming now. It's pretty cool. This building has the vibe of a church or some kind of big meeting hall, and it's still an event venue today. All right, we're gonna find a safe place to cross. This is, I mean, because this is like a 6th Street intersection, it's gonna be tricky crossing here. So we're gonna find a very place safe at which to cross. Street lights came on. Look, it got brighter. The street lights all came on, so it got brighter. 6:30. I don't think they're timed. I think it's by the light. Now this building, we'll cross over and get a better look, but we can see the name of it is the Imperial. Yeah, the lights are flashing. We'll check across. And we'll get a good view this way of the Imperial. Purpose-built, multi-tenancy building. Gonna guess early 1900s. Could be wrong. Lance, how are you? Hello. Hello, MN from Switzerland. Oh my gosh, it's late there. It's late where you are, Lance, too. It's like 11:30. We are in Adams Morgan, where the hipsters live and work and play in Washington, D.C. The tiny vinyl shop is on the corner. And this is Unity Park. And the lights just came on. How nice. How nice. Now we'll get a look at some of the buildings we passed on the way up. We'll come back down on the other side. It's getting dark now, so all the lights are coming on. Lance, this would be a place for you to hang out. This would be where you would do a rave thingy like you British people do. We don't rave here the way you guys do. Lance is a raver. Hey, Fox, great to see you. Great to see you. Some people stop for folks and crosswalks, others do not. A day raver? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, Lance. Sounds even more fun than a night raver. Oh my God, the honkers are starting. The honkers are starting. Lordy. That starts happening at night. No one has any patience whatsoever. Okay, so as we were walking north on 18th Street, we passed Ethiopian, Italian, Spanish, French, Indian, Japanese, Korean. I feel like I've missed a few restaurants. Oh, and a Mediterranean restaurant. So now we're coming back the other way, and here we have another Italian, Al Volo Osteria. And here's the taqueria. Oh, this might be where I land at the end of the day. Right here. Just right at the taco bar. Right in the front. Look how great that looks. Just a place to grab a taco. You can't starve in this city. And this is the place. This is Adams Morgan. This is the place where you come if you want to get a little taste of every kind of cuisine in the world. This is it. Right here. And you can go straight up this street and taste cuisines from around the world. You can see in the distance there, you can see another rooftop restaurant over there. We're not going to cross over there because I'll never make it back across the street. But everywhere. Very few chain restaurants. There's one here. The ramen noodle place, Akira, that is a chain. But it's a good chain. So there's where you get ramen. Thanks, Liverpool. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope to see you again. So there's the sushi ramen. But almost every other restaurant here and bar are one-offs. Now this is Hotbed. That's a fun place. Like I said, all the hipsters are here. A little Adams Morgan bike rack. I love that. Now there's the mural. Okay, we were on that side, so we couldn't get a good view of that. But there's the mural of Alexander Ovechkin. Now the highest score. Oh, I hope you're back. Ooh, lost the stream for a minute there. It's telling me I need to walk a little faster. Now this place, I didn't realize this closed down. So Delight Bakery and Cafe looks like this has been gone for a while. That's unfortunate. This is Sharbat Bakery Cafe. That looks lovely. That really looks lovely inside. Every kind of cuisine you can possibly imagine. Hi, Pac Walks. Nice to see you. Oh, Daryl, well, I hope you're back. This is Hi-Fi Legacy Bar. Beer, booze, and burgers. There's another chain we won't talk about. If you lose me, well, thank you for joining. But I think we're back. This is the bookshop, Lost City Books. Great bookshop. Really cool place. Next to Andy's Pizza by the Slice. I think that's where I'm going to end up. I think I'm going to end up at good old Andy's Pizza by the Slice. Now you're getting a good view here. Who was commenting on the leprechaun across the way? That's Shenanigans across the way. I'm trying to figure out. There we go. Did Trump paint it? So I do want to say all those rumors that Trump is tearing down the White House are so false and phony. Go check out all my streams recently at the White House. There's construction going on the East Wing. They have demolished a building over on the East Wing. It's not the main White House. I wish folks would stop showing these, like, obviously doctored photos of the entire White House being bulldozed. It's so ridiculous. Um, it's not true. That pizza smells so good. This is Bassa Restaurant and Club. All right, this I'm going to be here. This smells so good. But this is that staple we were talking about. This is the staple of Adams Morgan is Madam's Organ. Live music every single day. 365 a year at Madam's Organ. It's the place to be. You can't say that you've been to Adams Morgan. Oh my God, everybody's got Andy's Pizza. I'm so coming back for Andy's Pizza. You can't say you've been to Adams Morgan unless you've been to Madam's Organ. And he's putting up the heat lamps. He's putting up the heat lamps out there. Definitely a historic landmark, for sure. And we're back to Tryst Coffee. Great coffee shop here. More pizza. So you're noticing not a lot of chains. There are not. So Tattoo Paradise is on the ground floor of this beautiful building. And Roofers Union is on the second floor and the rooftop there. Bar and restaurant. But I'm here to check out the beautiful building. I'm guessing this was a hardware store. This has that old historic hardware store look to it. But I could be wrong. Whoa, okay. Tripped. Gotta look down. Gotta look down. This diner is called The Diner. It just is. And it's got one of those good old fashioned diner counters. See if I can creep up to the window. I never like to really creep up to the windows, but we'll see if we can creep up to the window and get a view inside here because this is pretty cool. It's called The Diner. And it's got that old fashioned dinery look to it, if you can see that. Welcome to the diner. Seat yourself. No public restroom. Open mic poetry night. Yeah, this is one of those areas. This is a hipstery area where you would expect an open mic poetry night. For sure. So a lot of these restaurants still have the outside street seating that was built during COVID, and it stayed. And it makes it a pedestrian friendly place, except for the fact that it's buses that, these buses give. I wouldn't want to be sitting out here. This is not outside dining that I would enjoy because of the bus fumes, constantly. Sports bar here, Grand Central. I'm thinking pizza outnumbers all the other kinds of food here. City Lights of China. Like the little window service here. You just order and pick up right there at the window. And there's the Ethiopian across the way. The Ishun Asian Bistro next to the Ethiopian. Mediterranean over here. The Mezze Wine and Mojito Bar next to the High-Low Poke and Sushi place. Like I said, you can have everything here. You can even have your palm read. Retro Bottega. That looks nice. Italian. Indian. In this place here. Audrey, I do too. I like old school everything. And then the Korean. So we went from Chinese to Japanese to Mediterranean to Italian to Indian to Korean. And then Ethiopian here. I mean, this is the street. Like, you can just go place to place to place. Mixed food and drinks with next door to falafel. Okay, we're coming up on the really good ice cream place. Now this one, I don't know what this was, but look at that ironwork. There's nothing here now. I mean, it kind of has a Mexican feel. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then there's Cana, which we passed before, but has all the music going over there. And we passed by there. Oh my gosh, the smells were so good. This is the ice cream place. Van Leeuwen's ice cream and milkshakes. Let's check her out. Super yummy. Not a lot of people getting ice cream tonight. It is getting a little chilly. The weather is changing. The weather is changing. Tiki Bar is open. And we've got Filipino food. So we can add the Filipino food to our map of cuisines that we could check out here. Grand Duchess. Don't know what that is. Guessing it's a bar. Guessing it's a bar. And this one looks like more of a fancy place here. This one is quite beautiful. Audrey, hi. Born and raised in Baltimore, but I have worked in Washington, D.C. and around Washington all my life. So I've been blessed to be able to enjoy some amazing food and architecture and museums and everything that this city has to offer. But I also get to travel, so I get to go to Philadelphia quite frequently and London and a lot of different places. And I'm sorry, I'm just babbling because that music is so loud and I don't want to get a claim. Oh, and there's more music. Sometimes I forget, like I move past music from one place and then I'm walking and there's music right in front of me in another place. Not seeing a lot of Halloween decorations, which is surprising. but this one is with the bloody handprints on the window here. Now, I don't know what this says, so I can't speak Spanish. What does that say? Los molcayetes. No idea. No idea. Oh, Audrey, you do. You do. Well, that's excellent. Well, I hope you join us again. Um, I stream usually on a one weekend morning and at least one evening during the week, and usually on a weekend I can find a main street in a small town. So because I'm in the cities most of the week, on the weekends I'll hit a small town and we'll play small town bingo. So Audrey, I hope you join us for small town bingo in the future. It's a lot of fun. There's actually a bingo card in the posts section of my channel, so everyone can play along. You know, the last two we did, we had so many spaces that we marked off, but we didn't actually get a bingo, which was very disappointing. That car just went right through a red light. Just went right through a red light. The downside of working in Washington, D.C. is definitely the drivers. Well, Audrey, you are very, very welcome. We are a very friendly group here. Um, and I'm very grateful for everyone to join me. I've been doing this for so many years, just walking, doing architectural studies of different buildings in Washington, D.C., but I didn't live stream. I was just literally taking video for my work, my history work. And then one day last year, I just decided to go live. And I'm just amazed that people actually want to join me on these walks, and they do. So, huge thank you to everyone who's joined me today in Adams Morgan in beautiful Washington, D.C. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Hey, Ben, you're joining me at the end of our walk through it's getting rowdy now, our rowdy walk through Adams Morgan in Washington, D.C. I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, but film club tomorrow is The Princess Bride. So join us on Stasis Geeks channel at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. That's 8 p.m. UK time for our review of the amazing movie, the landmark movie, The Princess Bride. And then I will be live streaming again on Sunday. Not sure where from, wherever I feel like being next Sunday. I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend ahead of you, wherever you are. Thanks everyone for joining, and take care.